Hello everyone! Simo here to tell you everything there is to tell about the rebuild of the Isle. Now, back in the spring of 2019, the developers of the Isle announced the game would be going through a process known as the Recode, to fix the game's base code and make it easier to build on. Yet, however, as things went on through time, they changed. The devs aren't just recoding the game anymore. This is now an entirely new game they've built. The developers have decided to rebuild the game from the ground up. When they began on a recode of the game, the devs found so much more that they wanted to fix that they decided to pull the band-aid off and rework everything right now. It will be the single biggest leap forward for the Isle since it entered early access. The rebuild, as it is called now, I would say, will change everything. It can be a daunting task to consider everything that is going to be changing when that comes, but I have searched for all the information I could on the rebuild and what it's going to be like, and I will go over with you what I've found. First, we will be getting 2 new maps when the rebuild drops. One will be a rebuild of Thenya, while the other will be a new large map called Isla Sparrow. Isla Sparrow, in total area, will be 4 times the size of V3. V3 is 16 by 16 1-kilometer tiles, equaling 256, while the new map, Isla Sparrow, has 32 by 32, equaling 1,024 tiles. We do have to consider some of that's going to be ocean, but that's still 4 times the area to work with. We can see there are several islands around one large island that's going to be twice the size of V3 alone. Now, we have been getting hints of different biomes from developers, and these could include redwoods, jungle, plains, mountains, and swamp. Fazzer has also hinted at the possibility of us getting human biomes, but let's not forget about the brand new Thenya Island, which is for the players who prefer a smaller map. It will remain about the same size, but will be a complete overhaul. It will be a proper island now, not just walled off by mountains. The volcano will still be present, and similar rock formations will exist. It'll have a few large valleys making up the landscape, with environments of thick jungle and contrasting open fields. As for water, it'll have beaches, along with 3 to 5 large lakes with connecting rivers. Yet the profile of the island is hinted at being very high off the water, possibly with sheer cliffs. Dinosaurs, who is making the map, has said that it would be cool if the new weather system will allow the island to, and I quote, vanish into the mist. Now, so many of us are excited in the Isle community because Dondi dropped a bombshell on us when he told us we would be getting 14 additional dinosaurs in the game that have yet to have been announced. He did tell us one of them would be the Troodon, but it's hard to consider what is unannounced. But what's sure is that none of these dinosaurs have ever been talked about before by the dev team. The creators have said this will bring the total of dinosaurs into the game to nearly 50. It will be impossible to know everything the developers have in store for the dinosaurs, but we have a lot to be excited about from what I've been able to find. First off, life cycles will be a thing for all dinosaurs, except just a few. Ones that it really wouldn't make sense for, my guess is hypos. And now age is getting kind of a revamp. Right now in the Isle, you grow until you reach 1.0, which is the average estimated size for your chosen dinosaur. With the new version of the game, your dinosaur will grow to a maximum size. For example, the T-Rex in the game is based off of Stan, which is about the average size for an adult T-Rex, whereas in the rebuild, you could get as large as their maximum size, which would be Sue. And it will be done seamlessly. Dinosaurs will no longer need to press escape and click grow when they reach the end of a life stage. Your dinosaur will simply grow, from a juvenile to adult, without awkward jumps in size or model. As it implies, it will be a seamless transition. Now when it comes to the weight of your dinosaur, you can just forget about it. The devs have said that the system that currently incorporates weight is a placeholder for a new system coming. Right now weight is used to calculate health. It remains to be seen how health will be determined in the rebuild. Now when it comes to dinosaur vocals, the devs have said that they have completely overhauled vocals for all dinosaurs. Everything has received a bit of a polish, but they're still the same animals. The major difference is what they sound like far away. They will filter dynamically through the environment. No more wildly varying sound levels. This will make the calls more consistent and more varied. What you hear up close is what you hear far away, just modified. By the way, here's a warning to all of you spam callers out there. The developers have found a tricky way to discourage people from spamming their calls over and over. They're implementing a system that will cause your dinosaur to lose its voice. Here's a short clip from Ravenous, who covers weekly news on the Isle Discord, with demonstrations of dinosaurs losing their voice. They may also incorporate this in a way that reflects your dinosaur's status, such as near death, your dinosaur has a more wheezy, weak call compared to when it's at full health. Movement is being reworked to give the dinosaurs a more natural feel when moving through the environment and giving off the appearance of weight as well as balance. Alongside this, collision is being implemented, which will stop other dinosaurs from running through other dinosaurs or being able to bite through walls. A big change coming to the movement system of the game is also the new quick turn to replace the controversial alt turn mechanic. You will be able to turn 180 degrees in place to either navigate away from cliffs or turn to face an enemy attacking from behind. Another thing that will be drastically affecting the rules of many servers is the introduction of buoyancy. The days of water denial are over. Bodies will have buoyancy in the water, which will allow them to float and be carried by another dinosaur. This leads me to talk about the new carrying mechanic that will be implemented into the game, which will be a huge boost to scavengers who want to be able to pick up body parts. You can use this carrying mechanic to scavenge pieces of meat from corpses instead of having to eat a corpse where it may be guarded. You can grab a chunk of meat to eat later, use to feed your injured friend, or bring to your babies waiting at the nest. A super cool piece of this is that gore will be getting revamped as well. When you eat a body, there will be more left than just the ribs. We'll see different body parts such as skulls remaining after the bones are picked clean. Herbivores will also have things to look forward to as well, as the developers are expanding on the food choices that herbivores have over the simple berry bushes that are currently the universal food type. Right now, the developers are remaining tight-lipped on anything about combat. They have been mentioning things about grapples and holds, but nothing confirmed. We do have some other things related to combat we can talk about, though. First off, there's the new bleed system. As it currently stands, your bleed slowly eats away at your health and kills you after you reach 0. The way bleed will work after the rebuild is that it'll be tied to your stamina. The more you bleed, the less stamina you have. And as Dondi described it, it sounds like the blood will fill your stamina meter, affecting how much stamina you will be able to use. If your stamina drains to the point of the bleed fill, your dinosaur will simply lay down and die. Next, hitboxes will be implemented into the game. They're less so hitboxes than I've heard them described as hit spheres. This will allow for locational damage, so if you were to attack someone's tail, it'll do less damage than attacking the body. Also, scent is getting a huge rework. Dondi said they had it ready before they started the Recode, but scent in its new system will be orbs that will follow the path your dinosaur takes. No longer will you have to look at the ground searching for glowing tracks. I think the new system could look a lot like what they have in Wolf Quest for their scent system. Dondi was also kind enough to let us know that there will be 3 venomous dinosaurs in the game, and venom will be heavily tied to scent, or tracking, allowing you to easily follow any dinosaur that you inflict with poison damage. The devs have said that rebuilding the game was closely tied to improving the engine optimization to allow for less strain on your PC. The game is being streamlined and will have much better performance than the current build. For example, the way that the sound has been reworked has allowed the devs to remove the different sound files that they had in place for hearing a call at close, medium, or far distance, and just have it all be one file. There are changes being implemented like this that will lower the necessary memory being used at any given time, ultimately leading to a smoother, more stable game in the end. While the rebuild won't have humans at launch, once all of the dinosaurs in the games are completed, the development team will be moving on to the human characters in the game. And we do have some soft confirmation of vehicles. Dondi has said that he wants them in the game, while Fozzer may be giving him a little bit of pushback. Dondi says he writes the checks and what he says goes. Also, the developers did hint at the possibility of us getting flyers when the rebuild is released. This isn't for sure, but they do seem to be coming along quite a ways with the flying mechanics. So to wrap this thing up, guys, the rebuild's gonna be huge. We're gonna get a new weather system, we're getting new plants and vegetation, there's gonna be a new skybox, new lighting, and there's tons of ideas that the developers are throwing around. Now, Fozzer has said we don't have a Recode timer, we have a goal to deliver an amazing product to the players who play our game. Now, when we get there, the Recode is done. That's him saying they will never give an ETA until they are 100% sure they can make that day. Right now, the devs are quietly QA testing the rebuild of the game, and we can hopefully see some more coming very soon. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I put so much work into this video and I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe for all of the latest dinosaur survival game news and our daily live streams. And of course, as always guys, I love you, and I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace.